So the goal of this video is to get you just a real quick way of talking about what a y-intercept is and how to find it from an equation and also from a graph. So let's just take a quick look here. Go ahead and take these notes down. I want you to have these handy. Put them in with your same notes for slope. So the y-intercept is just going to where a line crosses the y-axis, right? So the y-axis is the line that goes up and down, right? And you will always know this to be true because 0, comma y is on the y-axis. If you think about it, the line, right, that's called x equals 0, this line is the y-axis, right? So it's the one that goes up and down, straight up and down. It's where x is equal to 0. So whatever line you're talking about, wherever it crosses this line, that's going to be what we're called the y-intercept, okay? It's the y-intercept. It's the location where the line hits y at x equals 0, okay? And so to find the y-intercept, what we're going to do is we just substitute in 0 for x. And this is why I've told you at the beginning you should always use 0 as one of your inputs to find an output, because it typically is just a nice, easy point, 1, to find in an equation, and 2, to graph. So let's take a look here. Here's three different equations, and what I want you to do is, using this information right here, I want you to go ahead, pause the video, and you tell me what the input or what the y-intercept is for each of these. Okay, go ahead, pause the video now. All right, so hopefully what you did is you said, well, if I plug in 0 here in this first one, y is equal to 0. So my y-intercept is going to be 0, comma 0. Okay, it's where this line will cross the y-axis at 0. Okay, well, let's try this one. If you do this one, it's y equals 0 plus 2. So you're going to end up with 0, comma 2. Okay, and finally, this last one, you're going to plug in 0, and you're going to get y is equal to 2 times 0 plus 2, which is equal to, when you do this, right, 2 times 0, this is also going to be equal to 2. Okay, 0, comma 2. So what I want you to notice is, okay, as you plug in 0 here, sort of what happens, okay? This idea of what happens here. Okay, well, let's go ahead and graph these lines, and let's see what these things look like on the actual, on a graph. So first we'll do the parent function. We'll do y equals x, and then, well, we'll go ahead and graph that right now. And I'm just going to plot the points. We found that 0, 0 was one of the points, right? Let me make that a little bit bigger. Okay, so we found that, no, that's too big. We found that 0, 0 was a point, and then we know that the slope is 1 on this, right? The parent function, it just kind of runs this through this. Okay, so we'll do that. Grab a line. Okay, then we know that the line runs through like this. Okay, and I should have arrows at the end of it, but for sake of time, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so that's where y equals x. All right, now the next line we had was y equals x plus 2. So let's go ahead and graph this one. I'll do this one in we'll do this one in red. So y equals x plus 2. Okay, now what we found out on this one was that the the y-intercept was at 0, comma 2. Okay, now this one has the same slope as this one, right? So, and if you notice, really what's the only difference is between these two is this line here is adding to this. And so what you'll notice is up 1, right 1, as we do a slope here, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. These end up being basically the exact same line. In fact, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to duplicate this line. Okay? I'm going to duplicate it. We'll turn it red. And you'll notice I just have to slide it up, and it's the exact same line. Okay? All it does is it's that same parent line. It's just moving up to. All right, well, let's do that last one where y is equal to x plus 2, right? Y is equal to 2x plus 2, sorry. We'll do that one in green, so we have y equals 2x plus 2. And on that one, again, we had a y-intercept of 0, comma 2. Okay, so we end up starting at that same spot. And this one, my slope is 2 to 1. So what I'm going to do is going to go up to right 1. Up to right 1. Okay, and I'm going to get a line here. Okay? It's going to be a little bit steeper, but that should make sense. It should be steeper because my line is going All right, this is larger than 1, so it should be, it should rise at a steeper rate than the parent function, okay, or the parent line. And there you have it, okay? Now notice, what I want you to really look at is the y-intercept here, okay? When you plugged in 0, okay, if you really think about this, this first one here is y equals x plus 0, okay? It's y equals x plus 0. And this one is, well, you have y equals x plus 2, right? So you can see that this is where that one, right? And this one is when x was 0. It also has the same spot, right? So you'll notice, okay, this number at that second part there is what will tell you, okay, it tells you the y-intercept, okay? So hopefully that gives you a little bit more idea of what an intercept is. We'll talk more about this on Monday and in class, and how to find, or actually in the next video that I want you to watch, which is on slope-intercept form. So go ahead and watch the next video now.